Hey guys, it is Taya and it is lunchish time. The girls actually had me a little worried today. I wasn't sure. At first, I thought they were going to go to sleep like way too early, like 10 or something crazy. And then, of course, they'd probably be up around lunchish time, 12 or 1. I was able to hold them off, and then it seemed like they got their second win. But they did eventually doze off a little after 12. So I shot out that email to let everybody know, in the email community that I was going live at 1 o'clock. And what the topic was today, which is letting your destiny create you. So I did shoot that out like 12:30. So, once the girls laid down, I knew they were sleeping and they would be asleep at 1. So I was like, I'm going live at 1 o'clock. And that is lunchish. That's how lunchish goes. I think 1 week lunchish was at 12. I think the first week lunchish was at 12:45. So that's pretty much what happens. The girls lay down. I wait for both of them to officially doze off, and then I jump on my computer and send out an email to my email community and let them know that I'm going live at this particular time and this is the topic. So if you want to be a part of that email community and get those emails, like get those reminders that I'm going live at whatever time it is, then just go to my website, journeywithtvporter.com, and download my free offer, which is a powerful story to help you move beyond feeling stuck. And then you'll be a part of that email community. And that will let you know what the topic is and what exact time that I'm going live. Or you can just email me directly and I can put you on a list so you can get that email so you'll know when I'm going live. But yeah, that's lunchish. That's why this is called lunchish, because it actually has happened at 3 different, this is the third one, and it has happened at 3 different times. But I'm the single mom of twin tots, two baby girls. They actually just turned 14 months last week. So that's kind of how my life is. They're the bosses. They're the bosses. They're running things right now. Maybe one day I'll be in charge, but right now, not so much. But if you were able to jump on live, I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Or if you're watching a recording, I definitely appreciate your time. I know time is a hot commodity. I don't take it for granted, believe you me. So if you are taking the time to spend a little of it with me, I definitely appreciate it, and I thank you. Like I said, my name is Tanya, and I am a one-on-one coach. I help single moms move through a major transition. And I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's topic. So today's topic is letting your destiny create you. So I do want to explain what that means, of course, and I want to go over 5 things that kind of help you let your destiny create you. Before I get into those 5 things, I want to share a short example to just kind of show how it ties in and exactly what that means, letting your destiny create you. So in July 2016, I found out I was pregnant. Having more kids was not in the plan for me. I did not plan to have any more children. I already had children and they were, older. So I found out I'm pregnant and tell my boyfriend, like, okay, so we now need to make a plan to plan for this new baby that's coming. So of course, do we have enough space? And start looking into daycares and the cost of stuff. What are we going to need for this new baby? Things of that nature. The same things that, new parents go through. So a couple weeks later, I find out I'm having twins. So of course, we still have a plan, but the plan has to be revamped a little bit. So now we're moving from maybe not looking for daycare, maybe just finding a way for me to stay home with the girls, because our daycare bill has now doubled. So pretty much everything is doubled. 2 car seats, 2 cribs, that type of stuff. But our daycare bill is doubled. So maybe I'll just stay home for a year or 2. And that was the new plan. Well, about 2 months after we find out that I'm having twins, my boyfriend gets laid off from his job. So, of course, still have a plan, clearly. But the plan has changed, because then that throws a monkey wrench into maybe me being a stay-at-home mom. And at the very least, even if he doesn't have a job by the time I have the baby, I can go through the leave bank at my job, and employees basically donate kind of PTO to you if you don't have enough. And I had been at this job less than a year, so I didn't have much PTO. So that was kind of the new plan, to take advantage of this leave bank. Well, about 2 months after that, maybe a month and a half, I get an email, work email, and it says they're doing away with the leave bank. So now I don't have that as a backup plan for when we're both kind of home. So I said, well, you know what, I don't have much leave, but I'm just going to have to be more careful with the leave that I am taking to make sure that I can still get paid for my maternity leave. Couple weeks after that, started having complications with the pregnancy. Started having issues with fibroids. I was out of work for a whole week with the fibroid issues, and then I started having issues with preterm labor symptoms. So going for a routine appointment, I'm admitted to the hospital. I get discharged. Repeat the following week. The week before the girls were born, I was just in the hospital, laid in the bed the whole time during that week. So now that's chipping away at that leave that I was hoping to hold on to get paid while I was on postpartum, maternity leave. So, okay, no C-section, 6 weeks, I can do this, it'll be okay. Turns out that one of the babies' cord was wrapped around her neck. She wasn't going to survive a more traditional, we'll call it, labor and delivery. So I had to have a C-section. Well, I have a C-section. We know that tacks on a little more recovery time. I wasn't able to recover really at home like, I would have wanted to, because the girls were premature. They had to go into the NICU. So I'm in and out of the NICU, in and out of the hospital, and not really being able to rest like I would after such a major surgery. So I was not paid for that entire 8 weeks that I was off. I might have been paid for half of it, maybe. So my boyfriend did find a part-time job in that time frame, and I was like, well, I'll go back to work. He still wanted to look for full-time work. He still wanted me to be home, and I wanted me to be home too. So he found a part-time job. I did go back to my full-time job. He was home during the day. I was home in the evening. We just kind of swapped off. Eventually, he got a call back for a full-time job, and they said, we're going to got a job offer, and they said, we're going to email you this paperwork, just get this completed and send it back to us. So at that point, things had kind of panned out. It's like, okay, well, this is good. Once you get your start date, I'll turn in my letter of resignation, and we'll go with that original plan that we had been trying to put into action in the first place. So a couple days after he got this offer letter, I'm asleep, and I hear one of the babies in the baby monitor. So I open my eyes, boyfriend still hasn't come to bed yet, and I look at the clock, it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, okay, well, he should be home by now. Let me go grab the other baby. And because he probably has the first one. So that's when I go across the hall to go into the nursery, and when I glance down the stairs, that's when I see him lying on the floor. And my first thought actually was, wow, he must be exhausted. He, just fell asleep like that. Let me go wake him up and send him to bed so I can go and tend to the baby and, try to get some rest before I go to work. So, anybody that knows my story kind of knows how that story ended. He didn't get up. He never got up. I get to the hospital, and, I had to drive to the hospital with the babies. I couldn't go in an ambulance, of course. And when the doctor told me that they weren't able to save him, he didn't make it, I picked myself up off the floor. I don't even remember hitting the floor. Pick myself up off the floor, and I sit in this chair, and I'm just like, there's no plan. There's no plan. There's no plan B, plan C, plan D, plan L. There's nothing to, all of the stuff that we had been doing up to that point had been, okay, well, this happened, but it's okay because we'll do this. And oh man, well, this happened, but it's okay because we'll do this. And we were figuring it out. So first off, there's no more weed. There's no more weed to figure it out. And there's no plan. I can't fathom the plan that's supposed to come and be like, okay, well, this happened and it's bad, but now I'll do this. I can't even imagine what was supposed to come next. And I think that's sometimes as we're going through something, that's the place where, we get stuck. It's like, what is happening? Like, I don't even know what to do next, because there was a period where I was like, I have no clue what to do. I can't even, I'm trying to be proactive. I can't even be reactive. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. The 5 points to kind of help you move through that period where it's just like, I'm not even sure what the plan should be, because in that is what creates you as you're moving forward through those challenges. So the first thing is to be brave. And when I say be brave, it's acknowledging that you're scared. It's acknowledging that you're apprehensive. It's acknowledging that you want to be cautious and careful. It's acknowledging that you're skeptical about something. But be brave enough to still move forward and still try to do something. Still be brave enough to work through that fear and to work through and push through those apprehensions. That's where the bravery is going to come from, because it's easier to do something when you're not scared. But the bravery comes in when you do something although you're scared. So be brave. Those challenges are going to come, and you're going to be scared. You're going to be skeptical. You're going to be worried. But be brave. The next thing you want to try to think about doing is being selfish. And it sounds terrible. Selfish is like one of those dirty words, but it's so important. Stop trying to pour a round of shots from an empty bottle. Don't do it. Fill your bottle. Make sure your bottle is good. Make sure your cup is full. Make sure you're selfish. Take care of yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to put yourself first and to make yourself a priority, especially as you're going through something scary, something that you had to muster up the bravery to do. Be selfish about, making sure you fill your cup and you have what it takes to get through this as you're pushing forward. If there are people who are looking for you to pour them a shot from your empty bottle, they probably need to do some work themselves and start filling their own bottle. So stop pouring shots. Stop pouring rounds of shots from an empty bottle. Fill your bottle first. Number 3 is be open. So, sometimes we'll have goals or there'll be things that we want to do, and we tend to think that we try to keep our eyes on the prize. We're told that, keep your eyes on the prize, stay focused, but also be open to other opportunities or any opportunities or an opportunity that could get you closer to your goal. So try not to be so hyper focused that you miss out on the opportunities that are going to get you there anyway. So be open. The 4th thing you want to do is be teachable. So as these opportunities come down the pike, as things open up for you, be teachable. Be willing to learn from the experiences or the wisdom from experts or from people who have been down this journey before. Be teachable enough to soak it up, take it in, learn from it. So even if you are making mistakes along the way, which we all do, that you say, you know what, I do remember this, I did learn something from this, or, oh man, I saw, such and such told me about this, or my mentor told me about this, or another mom told me about this. And be teachable enough to say, I can take in this wisdom and I can use it in my journey. So the 5th thing that you want to do, and this is probably going to sound so corny, be amazing. And I say that because I can't tell you how many times I told my boyfriend, I'm not a leader. And this was in kind of the fitness arena. So I would have opportunities for maybe events come up or maybe new classes. Or the fitness instructor that mentored me would actually request that I mentor other instructors because she felt like I had a skill set that I would be able to kind of help other instructors build on their own classes, their own teaching style, things like that. And I would turn it down there were certain things that I just turned down. And I was just, he would ask me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not a leader. I'm not really a leader. That's not my calling. And if I think about how many times I told him I wasn't a leader, I can't imagine the number of times that I told myself that in my head or out loud, that I'm not a leader. And regardless of whether I'm willing to be brave and be selfish and be open and taking all those opportunities, if I'm not willing to allow myself to be what it is, to take that next step, it's not going to happen. And this is how you let your destiny create you. Because sometimes you are not the person that you're going to be once you fulfill your destiny and fulfill your purpose. You're something totally different. But the journey that you take, the bravery, the self-care, the being teachable, the being open-minded to opportunities, that's what's going to create the person that's going to fulfill that destiny. And if you go through, think about it, if you go through 4 years of college and you get a degree in business, it doesn't mean you're an entrepreneur. You have to make sure that you allow yourself to be the amazing in order to be the entrepreneur. Whatever it is, if you take the bar exam, you're an attorney, but it doesn't mean that you're just going to get cases. You have to allow yourself to, represent people. You have to allow yourself to be the attorney that you're looking to be, to fulfill those goals, to open that practice, whatever it is. You have to allow yourself to be amazing. That journey is going to create you. You may not be that person when you say, I may not have been a coach when my boyfriend died. Like, I may not have been a coach before he died. But the journey that I had to take after he passed away to get to where I am today, it helped me be a coach. It got me here. So let your destiny create you. Don't stop yourself and don't stifle your progress because you feel like you aren't there. You're not quite that person. You still have some work to do. You're going to do the work. As you're going through the journey, believe you me, you're going to do the work. But you have to allow yourself to be that person that's going to fulfill that destiny, that's going to fulfill that purpose. That's going to be so important. So I just want to wrap this up. But once again, thanking you for spending this time with me. Like I said, whether it's live or whether you're catching a recording, I appreciate the time. I truly, truly do. But I also want to make sure you completely understand that as you're going through a major transition and as you're taking a journey and as you're, kind of coming down the pike with this stuff, you are a different person than you are going to be. That is absolutely a thing. And don't worry about who you are now. You're going to become that person that's going to completely and perfectly step into that new role that you are trying to create for yourself. Allow yourself to be open and to be teachable. Allow yourself to be coachable. If you feel like you could use some extra guidance, reach out to someone, reach out to a mentor, reach out to a coach. That's what I do. I coach single moms moving through a major transition, and I would be able to help you get through that. I could be a part of that journey, be a part of, maybe, that wisdom you need in your quest to be teachable. But yes, make sure you embrace that. You are different than what you're going to be. You are going to be something totally different than what you are now. Accept that and keep moving through your journey. Thank you guys so much. You have an absolutely wonderful rest of your Monday and a great week. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.